Think about this. Artificial intelligence is eating the world, but it has a massive dirty secret. It is absolutely starved for power. AI data centers are now gulping down 2 to 3 times of electricity of traditional facilities. So where it is all that energy going to come from? Solar? Wind? The math just doesn't add up. The future belongs to the nuclear energy. It is proportionately, structurally, and scientifically the most efficient and dense source of power we have on Earth. And right now, there is one company and only one company that holds the ultimate golden ticket: full standard design approval from US Nuclear Regulatory Commission to build small modular reactors. That company is a NuScale Power, trading under the ticker SMR. But if they have monopoly on regulation, why did their stock completely collapse, making people think the company was dead? Today, we will look at the brutal truth, the incredible comeback, and why this story is far from over. Before we talk about the stock crash, let's talk about why everyone is fighting over this space. Traditional nuclear plants take a decade to build and cost tens of billions of dollars. They are massive, slow, and financial nightmare. Enter SMRs, small modular reactors. Those are factory-built, scalable nuclear modules that can practically ship on the truck and drop right next to the AI data centers. They give you 95% plus capacity factor. That means 24/7 carbon-free, uninterrupted power. Now, there is a steep competition heating up. You have companies like Oklo, backed by Sam Altman, X Energy, backed by Amazon, and Kairos Power partnering with Google. But here is a NuScale's massive unfair advantage over all of them: regulatory clearance. In the nuclear world, getting permission from the government takes years and costs a fortune. NuScale is the only developer that has already crossed the finish line with the US Nuclear Regulatory Commission, while their rivals are still drawing blueprints and waiting in line for the regulatory approvals. NuScale's technology is legally cleared to be built. That first mover advantage dramatically shortens their time to market. But if everything is so perfect, what happened? Let's look at the research and look at the exact moment the herd panicked. On October 8, 2023, NuScale dropped a bombshell. They officially announced the termination of their flagship carbon-free power project in Utah, often called UAMPS project. Why did it fall? Raising inflationary costs. Because of the skyrocketing inflation, the projected costs to build the plant ballooned out of control. Management and the city partners realized the math didn't work anymore, and they mutually decided to scrap it. The market reaction? Absolutely brutal. The stock crashed significantly, bleeding all the way down to the painful $3 to $5 range. Wall Street short sellers and retail investors panicked. The narrative instantly flipped to SMRs are economically dead. Nuclear is too expensive. NuScale is going bankrupt. It was incredibly bad event. But like everything in life and business, there is a bad side and there is a good side. The bad side was a massive loss of trust and destroyed stock price in early 2024. As an investor, you always have to look at both sides of the coin. The good side, the company didn't fold. They survived, retooled, and recovered. And that shows you the deep resilience of this company. When AI data center boom exploded, big tech realized they desperately needed power. Suddenly, everyone remembered that the NuScale was the only one with NRC approved design. The stock didn't just recover, it underwent a massive explosive 1000 plus rally. peaking at all-time high over $53 in October 2025. Right now, the stock has undergone a classic reality check, cooling down to the much more stable and realistic $10 per share. Wall Street realized that building nuclear reactors takes time, and pre-commercial hype had to reset. But look at their foundation right now. NuScale is sitting on the fortress balance sheet with $1 billion in total liquidity, including $341 million in pure cash. They have roughly 3.5 years of financial runway to comfortably scale their business into late 2029 without needing to take on toxic debt. And how are they going to deploy it? Through a highly resilient ecosystem model. They have exclusive global partnership with Entra1 Energy and Standard Power to build a massive infrastructure designed to deliver 2 gigawatts of clean electricity specifically targeted at powering high-density AI data center clusters. They are backed by manufacturing titans like Doosan and Rability to physically forge the reactor when the contracts go live. So what is the ultimate takeaway? Whether the ultimate winner of the nuclear race is NuScale or one of the younger competitors, one thing is entirely inevitable. The future belongs to the nuclear. Our hunger for data and intelligence requires a level of energy efficiency that only an atom can provide. NuScale has proven it can take a punch to the jaw, survive the worst macro environments, and stand up with the $1 billion in cash and licensed design in its pocket. For a long-term contrarian investor, that resilience is exactly what you want to look for. And speaking of the resilience and longevity, that brings me to my regular sign-off. As always, my friends, make sure you take care of your health. Now you might ask me, hey, what is the best way to actually take care of my health? Well, science tells us that one of the absolute best things you can do for your longevity and health is consistent discipline exercise, even just lifting small manageable weights. When you exercise and force your muscles to work, you aren't just building a physique. You're forcing your heart to pump faster and more efficiently. You increase your blood circulation, which helps your body effectively flush out of the metabolic waste and drain toxins through your lymphatic and cardiovascular systems. I do this because I want to show you that I am not just a talking head behind a camera. I am the real person with real desires, a real work ethic, and a discipline to back it up in everyday life. If you want your investments to grow over the next 10 years, you need to make sure your body is healthy enough to enjoy the rewards. Hit that subscribe button, let me know your thoughts on SMRs in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay disciplined and take care of yourself.